Hi everybody, welcome back to Chicken Chat, where I sit out here and feed the chickens and talk to you about chickens. What else? So today we're going to talk about 4 things in case you are thinking about getting chickens. And the first thing is, are you allowed where you live? So you want to make sure that you check into that first. Of course, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so nobody cares whether or not I have chickens. But if you have close neighbors, you're going to want to check that out. Well, you're just getting bossy there, aren't you? Number 2 is where you're going to put them. So you don't need to go buy one of these fancy coops from Rural King or Tractor Supply or wherever else. When I first got my chickens, we used the kids' playhouse that they had outgrown. And in fact, we still use that when we have chicks. We put them in there, even though we've upgraded to a bigger building. So that's something to think about, is where you're going to put them. Next, you need to think about why you're getting chickens. Are you getting them for the eggs? Are you getting them for meat? Or are you getting them for a pet? And this will help you determine the next thing you need to think about, which is the breed that you're going to get. So different breeds are meant for different things. Like there are certain breeds for meat, certain breeds for eggs, certain breeds that you would just want for a pet because they're kind of high maintenance. So if you're wanting, or there's such a thing as dual purpose, which means that they're good for eggs and meat. So I think that's mostly, we get eggs and dual, even though we don't raise ours for meat, because we don't. So another thing you need to think about is when you're deciding the breed is what color eggs that you want. So if you just like certain brown eggs, or you want white eggs, or let's see, this one, if I can get him to come around here, this one here with the, well, you can't see her, the one with the fuzzy cheeks that I'm trying to get over here, that you're seeing the back end of right here, but if you can see the front end, those are my Americanas. And some people call them Easter egg, be nice, Easter eggers, and they lay colored eggs. And these are blue, they lay blue eggs, and they're just a very pale blue, they're not like deep blue. And they're only blue on the shell. The inside of the egg isn't blue or anything. It looks just like any other egg. I love those because I like the fancy eggs. And then another breed that I always get for eggs, if I can get her to come over here, they're not, well, are the buff Orpingtons. And she's the one that just went in front there, the little pretty red one. They're great egg layers. So you want to do your research because some breeds are friendlier than others, and that's one thing that I've always tried to get is a friendly hen, so that I can feed them out of my hand, except when I'm on camera and they don't want to come around me. But some birds are more flighty than others, and they won't let you get too near them, so you want to watch out for that. And which actually, I just got some chicks a couple weeks ago, and I didn't research before I went out to Rural King. I just thought I would continue getting my Orpingtons or the Americanas or whatever, but they didn't have those, and I ended up getting white leghorns. And so when I got home and I was looking them up, I found out that they are not a very friendly chicken. And that doesn't mean they're going to attack me whenever I come outside. It just means that they're not going to come around like this for chicken chat, which is no big deal, but they're good egg layers, so I've heard. But so that's something that you want to do before you go look, is do your research on your breeds. And luckily you have your library, because we have tons of books to get you started. Everything you need to know about raising chickens, about where to put them, their houses, all kinds of great books at our library. And this one, Chickenology, is actually a juvenile book, but I've got to tell you that if you're just starting out and you want to learn everything there is to know about books, I found this one fascinating because it tells you more than you're probably ever going to want to know about chickens, but then you'll know it all. So I hope that you found this video entertaining, because I'm not an expert, and maybe a tad bit educational, give you something to think about and look up. And I want to tell you one last thing before I go, is that if you go to one of the stores to get your chicks, they're going to be different. You know, they might say pullets or they might say straight run. So in case you don't know, pullets that's your hens. They've already been determined that they're going to be females. They're going to be your egg layers. And then a straight run means that the hatchery didn't say whether they're male or female. So you got a 50-50 chance of getting hens if you're wanting your egg layers. And just so you know too, if you're just starting out and you don't know this, if you're just wanting eggs to eat, you don't need a rooster. So if your homeowners association or your town bylaws or whatever says that you can't have a rooster, then that doesn't mean that you can't, unless they specifically say that you can't have chickens. You don't need a rooster with your chickens to have eggs. So the roosters are normally not allowed because they're noisy, and so that has nothing to do with your egg production. So that's just a free tip there. So anyway, I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed all the chickens out in the yard, and we'll see you next time on Chicken Chat. Bye everybody.